the joy in one corner and just the heartbreak in another. Tough shit.
That's
those
wild,
New York
man.
Yankees, man. But yeah, I got that number 2 on my list.
Very cool, man. Just one little quick note on those Red Sox.
Yeah.
I've already said I have no love for the Red Sox, right? So
Right.
it's funny you mentioned this one because for me, where that hatred grew for the Red Sox, in that similar era. So that was a 2004 team, right?
2004, yes, sir.
2007, my Indians were up 3-1. And I'll tell you, there's no one better in the world at blowing 3-1 leads than the Cleveland Indians. This is another one I didn't think I'd be discussing today. But in the ALCS, the Indians were up 3-1 over the Red Sox. The Red Sox came charging back again to beat the Indians in the ALCS. So that little era for the Red Sox was a wild ride. And I'll never forget that. That was a cool choice also, man. Very good.
All right, now we get down to number 1.
The number 1. Well, anyone that's paying attention and has any kind of deductive skills or process of elimination here, we already said that one of the ones that you talked about as your honorable mentions that you weren't really, if you were alive for it, you were like little baby Bryce.
Yeah.
So you didn't quite remember it.
I was about 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months old. Yeah, you probably weren't watching sports yet.
Yeah.
You might have been watching, but not really knowing.
I was just out there bobbling my head, drooling.
Right. You didn't even maybe have object permanence yet. You didn't even know where the TV was if you got turned around.
That's
you know
a
what I
fact.
mean? Yeah. So that's cool. So either way, here's mine though.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to bring us all the way back to the greatest comeback of all time.
Okay.
This is one for the Bills fans that are out there listening. This is the greatest comeback of all time, and I want to set the stage a little bit.
Go ahead. Do it up, man.
So first of all, the Bills have their quarterback, Jim Kelly, out due to injury. All right. So Frank Reich has to come in and start his first playoff game of all time. All right.
By the way, Jim Kelly, not a fan.
Not a fan of Jim Kelly?
Yeah, not a fan.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's overrated. And then also,
overrated.
Yeah, he's an overrated quarterback. I don't think he belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Really?
I'm pushing buttons today.
You're just pushing buttons?
Yes.
Do you really believe that, or are you just pushing buttons?
I'm dead serious.
Really?
I'm dead serious. I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off, though. Go ahead.
No, I kind of, let's give this 1 minute. Let's give it 60 seconds. I want to hear it. Go.
Okay. First of all, you go look at his numbers. They're super overrated. He threw tons and tons of interceptions.
Facts.
And he threw a few touchdowns as well, but give him his credit there.
Okay.
All right. So the man basically, to me, got into the Hall of Fame because he got to 4 straight Super Bowls and never won one. Like, just the fact that he made it to 4 straight Super Bowls is the only reason why he's in the Hall of Fame.
So you don't think that holds any weight at all?
It's cool. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. That's incredible. But you can't get me one victory out of those 4.
How about that for collapses?
Right.
Wow, we didn't do any multi-season collapses.
We didn't. I didn't think about it.
That's okay. We mentioned it now. It's on our list.
Yeah,
honorable mention.
honorable
By the way,
mention.
guys, honorable mention.
Honorable mentions.
The Bills teams that lost 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Yeah.
Major collapses.
Yeah. Plus, he didn't even want to come to Buffalo. Plus, on top of that, everybody I talk to say he's a big asshole.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, nothing against him now.
Okay.
You know, yeah, I guess he turned his life around and everything. But, yeah, I'm not a Jim Kelly fan. Sorry.
Okay. No, that was a great 60 seconds.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was a sidebar. I loved it. Sweet. Okay, good. Well, I guess fuck him then. He's out.
Troy Aikman,
right.
too. He sucks, too. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
This is awesome. Every 5 words, you're just going to throw another guy that you hate at me.
Overrated guys.
Awesome. Overrated guys.
Overrated quarterback.
That's our next series, guys. Overrated dudes that Bryce hates.
We might have to do that.
He's just going to shout stuff.
Overrated players.
I love it. All right, so let's bring the listeners back to 1993.
Okay.
Here we are again. Okay, we're back here. We're at Rich Stadium. That's what it was before some of the listeners were probably born. Rich Stadium, not New Era. All right. So here we are. So let's recall Jim Kelly, overrated apparently, but he's out anyway. All right. So he's not on the field.
Okay.
I think everybody knew that. The crazy thing about this crazy comeback was that Frank Reich, the orchestrator of this comeback, was also the orchestrator of the greatest college comeback of all time as well.
Okay.
At Maryland. All right. So when he was at Maryland, he went on to beat the University of Miami for the greatest college comeback of all time as well. Which, if you think about it, that in and of itself makes this a number 1 worthy story.
Yeah.
That this backup quarterback, he was a backup in college as well. A backup quarterback holds the record for the greatest college comeback and pro comeback in football history. That to me is the chances of that just astronomical.
Yeah.
It's out of control how crazy that is. That's one of the craziest things to have happened in sports, period, for me of all time.
He should have played the lottery.
He should have, yeah. This guy should be out there in casinos just all day.
Yes.
With where this guy's at. But I think that speaks to his demeanor. He's doing a great job with the Colts as a coach right now.
That's a fact.
He must have a different level of, focus and a different mindset, because to pull that off in college and the pros, crazy, first of all. All right. But beyond that, okay, so what a lot of people don't remember is that Thurman Thomas got hurt in this game as well.
Yeah.
So their quarterback and probably their best offensive player all in,
right.
Thurman Thomas is also on the shelf for this. All right. And they find themselves against a very good Warren Moon-led Houston Oilers team, and they get down 35-3 with 13 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah.
28 minutes left to play. You're down 32. The fans were leaving. The fans had left the building.
Yeah.
Okay. Bills fans. The Bills fans in 2019, 2018, those are the same crazy Bills fans that there were in 1993.
Bills Mafia.
They don't leave for anything. This is Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
They don't go anywhere. They will sit through the cold, through the wind, through the hail, through the sleet, and they will sit there and they will watch their team lose by 40. They don't care.
And they're still going to be
They're not going anywhere
insults.
because they paid their $32 for their bleacher seats, and they're not leaving. They're getting their $32 worth, damn it. Right? So there they are. These Bills fans are leaving the stadium. Okay, that's how bad this is. They're down 35-3. Okay, so now Kenneth Davis, the backup running back, just happens to come in, score a rushing touchdown with about 8 minutes left in the third quarter. So it's 35-10. Okay, now they start chipping away. Andre Reed starts catching touchdowns from Frank Reich like it's his job. Frank Reich ultimately goes on to throw 4 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's another little tidbit here that people kind of forget about. The Bills come all the way back. Okay. They take the lead with 3 minutes left, 38-35.
Yeah.
Now they kick off to the Oilers. Here's where that little Bills and Buffalo sports in general mentality kicks in. What people don't remember is it wasn't just a comeback and the Bills just won at the last, and it was just, bedlam when they won, finished the comeback in regulation. The Oilers come back and kick a field goal with only 12 seconds left. All right, so now it goes to OT, and the Bills finish it off in overtime, where back then just a field goal wins it. So they kick the field goal. They win 41-38 in overtime, completing the greatest comeback in history. But the crazy part was along the way, they were down their 2 best offensive players, arguably, and they also had the game tied up on them before the thing was over. Just a wild day. I remember when the comeback started going on, I remember watching, and they were showing the outside of Rich Stadium at the time. People just begging to get back in, crawling over the fences, trying to be there. All those people. Imagine being those guys that left and got to their car and drove off and missed the greatest comeback of all time in a playoff game, where you
AFC wildcard, baby.
where you paid good money to be there and you drove away. And then, just imagine the chaos trying to get back in. They flooded the gates. At first, they weren't letting people back in because that was the policy. So these people are freaking out, climbing the fences. It was an absolutely wild scene. One that was, holds near and dear to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Dolphins fan, but I got much love for Buffalo. So, absolutely wild, crazy collapse by the Oilers, who in their own right were a great team. Warren Moon, Bubba McDowell had a pick with just, minutes into the third quarter that led to another field goal that put them up 35-3. So at that point, it's like they come out and you think to yourselves, all right, second half, here we go. Then you get a pick that leads to more points for the other team. Just a wild scene, man. Absolutely crazy.
Shout out to the Buffalo, man.
That was a great game, and it's just awesome. That was a cool memory.
Okay, that's good shit, man. That's good shit. All right, before I get my number one, real quick, another honorable mention as well. You probably remember this as well. I don't remember what playoff it was, but it was the Kansas City Chiefs against the Indianapolis Colts, where Kansas City took like a 28-0 lead, and then second half they came out and returned a kickoff return for like a touchdown, and then was like, killing them. Right. And then all of a sudden Andrew Luck just comes back and just destroys them in the second half.
I remember that I wasn't watching that game. I was out. I was out somewhere. I don't recall where it was, but I remember when I walked by a television. Yeah. Because I was following along on my phone. I saw they were down big. I wasn't like clued in on. I wasn't like, closely following. Right. And I remember watching towards the end. I walked by a television and the Colts were about to come back. I remember thinking to myself like, wow, but I didn't have an emotional attachment because I wasn't watching it like live and following it, but they're definitely a cool one also.
Yeah. Shout out to them. And then also another honorable mention as well. Kansas City. Yeah. Houston got off to a hot start. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, wow, the Chiefs are really about to lose this game. Patrick Mahomes got on his horse. That defense strapped up. And they came back and beat them boys. They came back and went on like a fucking 45-point run.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Yep.
All right,
here we go. You're number one. I'm excited.
I'm sticking to football as well.
All right.
And you say that, that Buffalo Bills Houston game, greatest comeback of all time. I'm actually gonna debate you on that one there.
Okay.
Because obviously score-wise, yes, you got that.
Okay.
But Super Bowl 51.
Okay.
New England Patriots.
Yep.
Atlanta Falcons.
Yep.
All right.
The stage was certainly bigger. I'll give you that.
Stage is bigger. This is for all the marbles here.
Okay.
Okay. We got everybody, the most hated team probably in sports in New England. Well, in football, I should say, New England Patriots. Like everybody in the country that doesn't live in the New England area is rooting for the Atlanta Falcons, including myself. By the way, I'm watching this with my man Ed Jesse, and he's a Falcons fan.
Oh.
So we watching it together.
Okay.
All right. And got off to a beautiful start. Falcons are playing well. They're dominating. They're killing the Patriots. Like pick 6 on Tom Brady.
Yep.
Matt Ryan's looking sharp. They're getting whatever they want to on offense. Julio Jones is dominating. He's making crazy catches. And kick a field goal to go up 28-3 midway through the third quarter. All right. 28-3.
I'm with it.
Patriots score 25 unanswered points.
Ugh. I remember.
25.
Yeah.
Unanswered points.
Yeah.
To get this game tied.
Gross.
Now, all right, let's go a little bit deeper into this.
Okay.
It's about 8 minutes left when they got this score. And then the end of the third quarter, the Falcons are still winning this game. Patriots was able to kick 2 field goals in that third quarter. At this point, they're down 28-9. Now, fourth quarter comes around. And this game for me kind of just did it for Brady. Like I despise the Patriots. I despise Brady. I hate everything about him. I call them cheaters. All deflating balls.
Deflategate.
Yeah, you're fucking
filming the other team's practices.
Deflator. Yeah, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
like you got, you know what I mean?
Gross.
But I don't think, and this game, like I said, it cemented Tom Brady's GOAT status for me. Put his team on his back. Never gave up. And brought his team back down from 28-3 in less than a fucking quarter and a half to beat this Falcons team. Everything just went right for him. Everything just went right. Falcons play calling in the fourth quarter was terrible. Like, run the ball. Shanahan still don't understand that for some reason. Like, give the ball to your running back, grind out the clock. I don't know why I remember they was in field position to kick a field goal. Matt Ryan takes a sack out of field goal position. They got a punt. Everything's just going wrong for him.
I just don't understand. So one little sidebar on that is that, a lot of people call Kyle Shanahan, offensive mastermind, genius. They were throwing that around a lot. I remember thinking to myself after watching that, like, really?
How much of a genius are you?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Genius IQ.
Right.
Football acumen off the charts. You're the greatest wizard behind a clipboard, and you let that happen. I just...
Maybe he out-geniused himself?
Out-geniused himself.
Yeah, he out-geniused himself.
I like that.
But, Bill Belichick, come on, man. He sunned him. You know what I mean? I'm Bill Belichick. At this point, I got 4 rings?
Yeah.
I
think he just...
I'm Belichick, baby.
Puts you in a different mindset.
4 or 5 rings at this point. But anyways, I think this was his 5th ring. Anyways, they come back. They tie it up. They get it to overtime. And you just know, at this point, you just kind of know it's going to happen. Like,
the script.
I'm just like, they're going to win. They're going to win the coin toss. Sure enough, they win the coin toss. They get ball first. Brady right down the field. Boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
James White, awesome. He had an awesome game, by the way. James White. He could have. He should have.
How he wasn't MVP is beyond me.
Yeah, he should have had Super Bowl MVP.
Killer game, man.
He should have had Super Bowl MVP
for sure.
But goal line, toss play. He scores a game-winning touchdown. Game over. Patriots win. To me, that is the greatest comeback of all time. To me, Tom Brady, he was already a GOAT at that point, probably, but that one there just made it no argument for you to be able to bring a team back down 28-3. And that's why when people say, like, Tom Brady's the greatest of all time, but he's not the best of all time, they mention names like Aaron Rodgers and Dan Marino and Peyton Manning. I'm like, okay, I get it. They have more talent. They had the better arm strength. They're probably a little bit more accurate, a little bit more athletic, but they're not better players than Tom Brady because I've never seen any of those guys do something like this ever.
Yeah, Tom is in a
he's the GOAT.
class by himself.
He's the BOAT. However, whatever acronyms you guys want to use, Tom Brady is it. That game right there, man. And the Falcons